I'm sorry, it's Asherah. I've just literally ended the bloody footage on that one. And Casa de la Rios. That's a beautiful house. So I'm on the Four Oaks estate. I've just come out the park, having done a meditation walk and talking to the camera the whole way through. But I just wanted to show you some of the amazing on the Four Oaks estate, that you know that these are dreams come true to me. You know, but like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be here in England. But honestly, for a long time I've been aspiring to have a house. I didn't live too far away. Now I do live far away, but I spent 20 years in Sutton, in this area, driving through this estate, because my daughter's school used to be on the other side. So I live on that side of Sutton. I'd cut through this private estate to get to my daughter's private school on the other side, and it was just a quick away. So imagine every day for years and years driving through the estate. Of course you're gonna look at the houses and think, yeah, I love big spaces too. Do you know what I mean? I like a lot of space. I want to know that you're somewhere in the house and I don't know where you are. Look at this for sale. Aston knows that was my old estate agency. Look at it. Lovely. I mean, if you're gonna do it, do it. That's what I say. See what I mean? That there's little secret roads in the secret road of more estates and more houses and everything else. Really lovely. I'll be honest with you, sometimes it feels like the air down here is different. Contras is another, honestly, like Contras and Noah's, Aston Knowles are the two main estate agencies if you're looking for properties over £1 million in this area of Birmingham, I should say. Yeah. Another nice area for really expensive properties is called Solihull. That's another nice area. Harborne too, in some respects. Harborne has some great houses. And to be honest, Handsworth Wood has some phenomenal houses, even though Handsworth itself has a really bad reputation. Handsworth Wood. My friends used to live Handsworth Wood. They had swimming pools and everything in their back garden. The houses are like mansions. So we're on the main road now. So I'll take you to where I moved from. Spirit's like, why are you sharing all your business? Let me not show you where I moved from. But it's just down there, basically, down that left. But we're gonna go straight because we're gonna head back to my house now, so I can actually eat some food because I'm on this ayahuasca dieta. So it's lunchtime. In fact, it's 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna head back and get some food. So string this little bit of a video, call it part 3. Because I didn't like the way that it ended, just, because obviously I was trying to turn the camera around and it just flicks off. But I'll put this as part 3 on the same video. But yeah, thanks for spending the day with me and listening to me yabba 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 yabba. But in terms of my own mental health, I do meditate, but I don't get the best results when I sit down and meditate. I get better results when I walk in nature. Walking in nature is the best form of meditation to me, and I knew that anyway. And then I think in 2023 I had a tarot reading by a guy that I know for years, and he says to me that, do you meditate? And I said now and again, and he said, no, meditating is not your thing. Walking through nature, definitely your thing. And I burst out laughing. I said, I already know. Do you know what I mean? But that's the thing about tarot. You don't go to tarot to learn new things. You go to tarot to get confirmation on what you already know. That's what it's about. It's confirmation on what you already know. How beautiful is that? Because if you're listening to yourself, nobody should be able to tell you anything about yourself that you don't already know. That's the beauty of knowing oneself. Spirit just showed me going to the market in Birmingham. I won't go today because it's Christmas Eve. But after Christmas Eve, January the 2nd, I'll go to the market. They want me to get something for my hair. They want me to do my hair differently for so you know what they just told me? They told me to get orange dreads. Can you imagine? Orange dreads. I don't even know if they make orange dreads. I've seen purple dreads though, to be fair. I'm gonna Google and see if there's orange dreads to rotted. Can you imagine? They want me to get some orange dreads to put in my dreads. I'm going with my nails though, I guess, innit? I did my toes too. The woman was like, do you want me to cut them? Cut nails. And I was like, actually no, because they are actually my real nails underneath, you know, believe it or not. This one is a tip because it broke off the other day, but before it broke, it was as long. But they're my nails underneath. They're just acrylic on top. So when she's on about to cut them, I do want them cut, don't get me wrong. Should I go straight? Yeah, we'll go straight because we're going back home. This is the most poshest, even though we've got the Four Oaks estate over there. You see this estate here? This is the most expensive estate. It's called Roman Road. Yeah, Roman Road. It's ridiculous. All of these, in fact, you can see on this road, these are all the whole area around here is just really, really nice. Really nice properties, really nice community. It's very, very green. You know, it's very, very, very green. But yeah, the Roman Road. Yeah, mad money houses. We're going back to normal civilization now. I say all these things about these houses and stuff like that, but the honesty is that I'm not really bothered either way. You know what I mean? I'm not bothered either way. There are times when I'm absolutely okay with being shacked up in a shack, and even when I'm traveling on holiday, I stay at some of the most bougiest hotels, you know what I mean? And I also stay at some of the most broke down places, and I'm fine. I'm fine in both of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine in both of them. That's a nice little bowl. It's pretty. Yeah, but I'm fine in both the places, whether it be a big posh house or a broke down little shed. I don't mind. I'm not fussy. I'll take a big massive deep bath with bubbles, or not bubbles, but salt water and almond oil, and I'll take a bucket. I don't mind. I don't know what it is, but honestly, it's like I'm two different people. You know, seriously, it's like, I mean, I'm more than two different people, but I would definitely say I definitely have two different people. So we're not gonna go straight, because if I go straight, it's gonna bring me into the deeper part of Warsaw. So we're gonna go this way, and then I will take the left at the next road. Believe it or not, just going this little bit of a distance makes a big difference to where you end up. So my house with my husband was at the bottom of this road, but when I left my husband, I lived back where we've just come from, you know. And then now where I'm living is in a property that I bought before I met my husband. And I own it, it's my property, don't get me wrong, I've just been renting it out for years. But I'll be honest with you, it's the safest I've felt, because when I moved up by Four Oaks, I had a landlord, obviously, because I'd moved out of my marital house into rented accommodation, and the landlord was just weird, man. To be honest, I find when you're on this spiritual journey, you come across nothing but weird experiences. You know, weird and all kinds of shit. And I'll tell you a story that when I was leaving there, after 3 years of being there, I had to give him a deposit of, I think, about $2,000, because it was like a deposit and then extra for a certain amount of the rent or whatever it was. So about just over $2,000 or something I gave them. So I was expecting at least my deposit back, which would have been about 1,650. And Spirit was like, this man don't want to give you back your deposit. And I was like, what are you talking about? And Spirit said, listen, the man's going to go on, like say you've done the yard something. So guess what? We're going to put the house back exactly how we got it. So I pulled up all the print, you know, like when you first go into the property and it gives you an itinerary of everything in the property. I pulled that up and there was imagery to it. So me and Spirit and the kids made sure that everything was put back perfectly and then some. To my kids are like, Mum, really? Do we have to go through all of this? I was on the floor with little brushes and everything, making sure I even put down new carpets and all kinds of stuff in the rooms. Honestly, like Spirit was like, yeah, make sure it's proper. Anyway, we did all of that. Lo and behold, I moved out. I took pictures, remember, because I knew what Spirit had said to me, that this man's going to try and fuck me. But not just the man, Aston knows too. The same estate people that I've just told you about were my estate agency at the time. They were going to try and fuck me too. I was like, Spirit was like, make sure all your T's are crossed, make sure all your I's are dotted. As I said, I got Spirit warning me, and I got the kids complaining that I'm doing too much. And I was like, listen, it might seem like I'm doing too much, and I do get it, because it bloody well feels like I'm doing too much, but at the same time, Spirit is telling me that they want to try and fuck me. And at the moment, because of the situation with court and everything else, I can't afford to be giving away £1,650 to this man. You know what I'm saying? No way. So anyway, I moved out a week before the date I should have moved out, which was the 12th of October, because I'd prepared everything and got the builders and, you know, the delivery people, gone to the house, painted the house, put new carpets down in the property that I am in now. And lo and behold, man, you have to go through it's not the tenant that holds on, it's not the landlord that holds on to the deposit in the UK. We actually have deposit schemes, deposit protection schemes. It's called DPS, and they actually hold on to the deposit. So that means if there is a dispute, it's handled legally. So I already knew there was going to be a dispute because Spirit had told me. So I logged it with them, and then I uploaded all of my documents. I even paid the money to have my documents notarized by a solicitor. This is how deep it is, you know, it's crazy. Anyway, sent it all in. Lo and behold, obviously he put his complaint in, but because I had uploaded my documents knowing that there was going to be a complaint, but I should not have uploaded my documents until the complaint had actually been raised by the landlord. But because I'm working with Spirit, I'm 10 steps ahead on it. So anyway, when he finally did, my notary had expired. So basically, say a notary lasts 3-4 weeks, I now needed to get a new notary, and I was like, this is bullshit, because I'd already submitted. Why am I having to pay again to have some solicitor sign off what I know is true already? So anyway, I ended up just submitting it as is, and they've accepted it because it is a fair point. And because I'd done it with Spirit, I'd done pictures, like basically the same itinerary that they had sent me when I first moved into the property is basically the same itinerary that I had created leaving the property, with my pictures this time. And the pictures were like for like. So obviously when it went to, you know, because obviously he tried to raise it higher and whatever he wanted to do, this fucking stinking landlord. And yeah, they couldn't win. The most he got, I think he took £300 and something out of my money for a mark on the curtain and whatever else, you know what I mean? But if you seen what this man wanted to get paid on, this man wanted me to pay for him to repaint the whole house. I'd already painted it white. Yeah, he wanted me to pay for gardening. What are you talking about, the garden? Not only that, we cut down the big bush that he was responsible for, you know. Anyway, I won't even get into it. But the piss take, he wanted to collect the whole 1,650, didn't he? Nada. The Spirit was well in advance, and when I told the kids what had happened, the kids was like, no way, Mum. And I said, I know that you guys thought that I was being extra, you know what I'm saying? My kids worked, you know, me and my kids worked to put that house back, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, the house weren't messy, because throughout the years my mum was doing his inspections anyway, You know what I'm saying? So I don't keep a dirty house anyway, and I'm not going to disrespect somebody's home that I'm renting either, you know. But the way this man went on, anyway, he never got what he was looking for, and I got my money, you know, so hey ho. But it's just another example of spirit operating in the future and making me know what's going to happen, so that I'm constantly kept informed and can make the right decisions, you know. Anyway, I'm about 10 minutes out from my house, so I'm going to say bye, because this was only supposed to be the little bit of the end to the last video. I call this part 3, and I will speak to you soon. But just on a positive note, I started out doing this reading because I was feeling a little bit of anxiety about ayahuasca and where I am, what I'm feeling. But I'll be honest with you right now, I feel excited, I feel ecstatic, I feel, I don't know, I just feel on a high. So I'm going to end it on a high one. Let me stop on this roundabout. I'll speak to you soon, okay? Take care. Mwah.